Welcome back, lawn lovers. Let's go spread some fertilizer.
Hey, not so fast, Sparky. We need to figure out how much fertilizer we need to use.
I'm not fertilizing my whole lawn today. I'm just doing a small section that I reseeded last fall. It's like a small lawn within a lawn, so let's figure out how much fertilizer I need.
Okay, on the bottom left-hand corner of the bag, it says that this 21.5 pound bag will cover 5,000 square feet. 21.5 divided by 5 equals 4.3 pounds per 1,000 square feet. I only need to cover 1,800 square feet. So 1.8 times 4.3 equals 7.75 pounds of fertilizer.
Well, there you have it. Just plug your own numbers into this formula and you should be good to go.
Okay, I'm going to weigh out what I need here. I'm going to use a kitchen scale and an old pretzel container. And I'm going to weigh out 2 batches because this scale only goes up to 4 pounds. And I need 7.75 pounds. The area I'm going to fertilize is an area that I reseeded last fall. I was experimenting with Kentucky bluegrass seed and I wanted to see how little seed I could use and still end up with a nice looking lawn. I used 2 pounds of grass seed per 1,000 square feet. And that's on the low side. Not many people recommend using less than that. It can get a little dusty, so I should have opened up the garage doors. Okay, that was 4 pounds. When I get out there and start spreading this, you'll see that the grass is pretty sparse and thin. I kind of wish I had used a little bit more seed at this point. But I've done seedings before in the past that looked thin in the spring, and later they got nice and thick by the time summer rolled around. So that's what I'm hoping will happen with this area. And that's 3 pounds and 3/4, so that gives us a total of 7 pounds and 3/4. There, I'll dump the rest of this in and head outside. The spreader manufacturer says to use a setting of 16 for this kind of product. And that's for spreading it in one pass, and I'm going to make 2 passes because I'm not an expert on spreading and I don't want to leave big streaks in my lawn. I found that if I use a spreader setting that's about 3/4 of what is recommended, it'll give me the setting that's really close to what I need to make 2 passes. You might be able to see that I set it at 12 because 12 is 3/4 of 16. I can already see that that's coming out pretty heavy. I'm definitely going to have to make an adjustment after this first pass. Normally I wouldn't use very much fertilizer in the spring because it tends to encourage top growth at the expense of root growth. But this is new grass that I reseeded last fall, and I want to get some fertilizer on it to encourage it to fill in. I'm using Starter Fertilizer for new grass with weed preventer. The starter will encourage root growth as well as help it to fill in, and the weed preventer in this formula will turn any weeds white in color. And they'll be much easier for me to find and get rid of by pulling or hand applying weed killer. You can see how thin the grass is, especially in this area. Starter fertilizer has phosphorus in it, so you're only allowed to use it on new grass. Okay, I can see that I used way too much fertilizer on that first pass, so I'm going to have to dial this thing back to about 10 maybe, and see if I can make it the rest of the way, going crosswise this time. Oops, camera fell over. Let me get that for you. There, that's better. The herbicide Tenacity has the same ingredient in it that this starter fertilizer does, and it'll turn weeds white too. So on an established lawn, you want to use that herbicide Tenacity and don't use starter fertilizer, because you don't want to be adding any unnecessary phosphorus to the environment. Well, I'm not going to quite make it. But that tells me that a spreader setting of 10.5 to 11 would have been just about right for a 2-pass spreading of this product. Now if I write that down, I'll have it handy for me the next time I apply this product. Oh yeah, you gotta do the dance to get the rest of that product out. Oh, we're not done yet. We still have to give the spreader a bath.
Don't miss the next video. I'll be trying out my new reel mower for the first time. Until then, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and then ring the bell that pops up next to it. That way you won't miss the next video. No problem, you can do it.
Make sure you get all the nooks and crannies too. I didn't do this with the first spreader I owned, and that one didn't last very long.
Let's go spread something.